Good day, everyone. In this video, we're going to do the module 2.3. Okay. Um, Hopefully, guys, that this series of videos you find it useful. I am giving my heart and passion in creating these videos specifically for you guys. Okay, so please do study seriously the materials, and if you have some questions, then write it down in the comment section. So we have said the video prior to this one in module 2.2, we have learned how to solve simultaneous equations using graphical method. However, we have learned that graphical method is not the best method to use, as sometimes it's quite difficult to plot and the accuracy of the approximation of the points may not be that clear. So therefore, what we can do is to find other ways to solve a simultaneous equation. And one of them is solving by substitution. Okay, solving by substitution. The other one is what do we call solving by elimination. And the third that we have just done is called graphical method. The first two here is what we call algebraic method. Algebraic method because we are using algebra. Okay, these are algebraic method in solving simultaneous equations. So in this video, we're going to look at solving simultaneous equation by substitution. Please listen very well as I give you some examples. Examples, x plus 3y is equal to 8, and you have 2x plus 5y is equal to 13. Now, you have x plus 3y is equal to 8, and then you have there now 2x plus 5y is equal to 13. Now you might ask me, Teacher Daniel, how shall we know that we're going to use substitution? Well, you can use any of this method, you will get the same answer anyway. But then the best way to check is that if you can already see a variable x without any coefficient, look at that, 3, 5, 2, but here you see only x, then better to use substitution. Okay? Now, but actually it depends on you, all right? Every kid, sometimes they have different preferences. So in this case, I'm gonna use substitution. So the step one in substitution in here is to solve for x. So that's, let's say, the equation one, and that's the equation two. In equation one, solve for x. Or not actually solve, but make x as the subject. Make x as the subject. To make x as the subject, so therefore we have the x is equal to 8 minus 3y. So as you can see, I only transpose this into the other side. Okay? And what is now the step number 2? Substitute. So substitute that x, this x, okay? This x is that x there, all right? Substitute that x into equation number 2. So meaning we plug in this x to that x because it says, let me just write it down first. 2x plus 5y is equal to 13. I would like you to think of this x as an empty box. That is an empty box there. So we need to put this x is equal to 8 minus 3y into the empty box. Okay? So we're going to put it down. So 2 times 8 minus 3y plus 5y equals 13. Please take a look. Please take a look that all of them now is y. Okay, only single variable. So therefore, we can now simplify this further. You have 16 minus 6y plus 5y equals 13. Then 16 minus 6y plus 5 was minus y, 13. Or you could put the 16 to the other side. Negative y is equal to 13 minus 16. So negative y is equal to negative 3. So y equals 3. So as you can see, y equals 3 is the solution. It's one of the, not one of the solution, it's a solution, the solution for y. Now, how shall we solve the x? We're gonna use this. Remember, we have this equation for x. What we have said is x is equal to 8 minus 3y. Okay? And what you're gonna do is you think of this as empty box again. And you plug in at this time, this one there, in that empty box. Okay? So x now is equal to 8 minus 3 times 3, which is equal to 8 minus 9, which is equal to minus 1. So that is now your x. That is now your x. So therefore, guys, our solution now, therefore, this is read, guys, as therefore. Okay, that 3 dots. Therefore, the solution x comma y is equal to negative 1 comma 3. Okay, that's now the solution. I think it is always better to check. So let's try to check from our equation number 1, x plus 3y is equal to 8. Okay, x plus 3y is equal to 8. So we will have, if x is equal to negative 1, so that's going to be negative 1 plus 3 times 3. Is it equal to 8? Negative 1 plus 9, which is equal to 8. Which is that one? So therefore, this answer is actually correct. Okay, so this is the checking part. It's actually good if you check your work. Okay, so in here, guys, let's try to look at the steps. The first one is to solve for x. Okay, make x is the subject. Then after that, substitute. Then solve for y. Okay, solve for y. And then solve for x. And then you check. Okay, so simple. However, Mr. Daniel, is it always solving? Is it always solving in x? Actually, not. You can also solve for y. For example, in this question, it says 6x minus y is equal to 5. And then you have the second equation of 2x plus 5y is equal to minus 9, right? So what we're gonna do, because the y has no coefficient there, so what we're gonna do is just simply solve for y. So that is our step number 1. Step number 1 is to solve for y. Why again? Because it's easier to find the y. in equation number 1. So you have there negative y is equal to 5 minus 6x. Okay, because this one we just put on the other side. All right, so therefore you divide both sides by -1. Why is that so? Because of negative. So y is equal to -5 plus 6x. Okay, so this is now our y. So what is now our step number 2? You plug in, substitute y equals -5 plus 6x into equation number 2. Oh, let's try to do it. So we plug it in there now. We plug this one here. So you have there 2x plus 5y is equal to -9. Again, I want you to think of the y as empty box. So in that empty box, you put this one there. Okay, so let's do it. So you have the 2x plus 5 plus times y. So that's -5 plus 6x equals -9. All right, almost there. So you have the 2x plus -25 plus 30x equals -9. So we can now simplify that because 2x plus 30x is actually equal to 32x. So 32x is equal to this -25, you put into the other side, so -9, change the sign. Please don't forget to change the sign all the time, okay? So you put this one there. All right, so you have now 32x, and that's equal to 16. So now you can divide by 32. Divide by 32. So it will now give you x is equal to 1/2. And now we have found the x. We found the x. So let us now find the y. So what we have said, the y is -5 plus 6x. Okay, so therefore we can plug in that one there. So y is equal to -5 plus 6 times 1/2. And the 6 times 1/2, this one is actually equal to -5 plus, that is over 1 there, so 6/2, but that is -5 plus 3, and that is equal to -2. So that is now our answer. Okay, so therefore our solution xy is equal to 1/2 comma -2. Okay, guys, the explanation that I'm giving you right now is the simplest explanation ever. Okay, so if you still got confused, the only way to do that one is to grab your pen and paper and repeat the video, and you follow me. Okay, you follow me as I solve, you also solve, and take the logic behind every steps or every solution. Again, the last step that we're gonna do is to check. How shall we check? We can check into our equation. So let's check from here because this one was our equation. Okay, it says 6x minus y is equal to 5. So we will check 6x, or x is 1/2, minus y. So the y is -2. Again, this is the y is -2. I will just rewrite that one again. So 6 times 1/2 minus -2 is equal to, it says, equal to 5. Okay, it says equal to 5. So that's it. We're gonna check if that is true. So 6 times 1/2 is 6 over 2. Negative, negative, there is plus 2. Is it equal to 5? Let's check. 3 plus 2 equals 5, which is actually that one. So therefore, that is actually correct. Our answer is actually correct. Okay? This is it. So guys, now it's time for you to do your task number 4. So using the substitution method, solve the following pair of simultaneous equations. You have there 6 questions that you actually need to do by yourself, solving using substitution, and then afterwards you upload your answer in Google Classroom. Have a good day and see you into the next module, module 2.4. Goodbye.